What's up gamers, Duma here. Today I have for you kind of an early access of sorts of my subclassed 1-bar infinite archive build. I playtested this on stream as soon as subclassing came to the PTS and flew to Arc 9 solo with no issues and had to call it there due to time with most of my lives still left. What we did was take the best parts of previous 1-bar builds on the channel that all hit around the Arc 10 area while solo. We're taking pieces from these specific builds, the Warden, the Dragon Knight, and the Necromancer setups, and combining them all together for a ridiculously powerful 1-bar archive build. I haven't touched it since that day of playtesting early on the PTS and need to run it again through one more time, hit Arc 10, make any tiny tweaks necessary, and then we're good to go. But I do believe this is 99% done. I just want to get it out to you now so you can have it, and I didn't want you to have to wait on me to get my final playtesting in. So please do note this is a bit of a work in progress in its final stages. This is going to be a super fast, low edited video. I'm just squeezing this in real fast so you can have it for the weekend. I'm going to go straight off the written guide here I have up and available for you now over at the GAMEROOM.tv. Let's go. I do want to make one thing super clear. I'm just going to read this note I have here verbatim. This is the final form of the build after the Arc 4 or so area. Before then, this is way too tanky with way too little damage, especially without focused efforts powering the build. It will be a slow slog to clear arcs. Once I've completed the final run of playtesting and have an Arc 10 plus clear, I'll update the written guide along with any early arc suggestions for increased damage. For now, just do what you need to do to get through the early arcs at a comfortable pace for you. So adjust accordingly for now in lower arcs. You could add more damage sets, change CP, food, whatever you need to do. The best race for this is definitely going to be Nord for freedom of armor traits for resist cap and hitting ults faster, which is very impactful in upper arcs. All 64 points into health, Lover Mundus for penetration, bear haunch food, and tripods. CP is the exact same as most all the IA builds on the channel now. We're using a mix of Heartland Conquer for additional direct damage status effect generation and Serpent's Disdain for extending out dot damage status effects. A helm with a line of armor, Frost Staff, and Oaken Soul. Same general traits and enchants here as the other builds, but with a few small changes, such as one protective on the jewelry, and combined with all the crazy class passes we're getting, allows us to run several divine traits for extra penetration from the Lover Mundus. Very important enchant right here on the weapon of Poison Enchant. This will proc randomly around the room and right away on bosses and marauders, which procs the poison status effect, which gets extended out by 20 seconds from the Serpent's Disdain set. We're kind of cheesing an additional status effect that's really potent in execute phase this way. For abilities, I did something a little different and gave the long form explanation on the website because there's quite a lot packed in here, but I'll go over the TLDR and game for you here in the video real quick. First, we're using a Frost Staff, so before we get any additional health in IA, our heavies will give us about a 16.6k shield. Then we have Hardened Armor, which gives us another 16k in chain shield, and together almost 33k in shielding, giving us a little under 77k effective health with shields. It also gives us access to extremely good passives, giving us 10% more block mitigation, 9% more healing, health recovery, and about 3k armor. All of it together extremely good for the archive. Next, we have Entropy. Same thing as the other builds. It's a dot that heals you, and you can put it up on as many mobs as you need to scale up your healing done. The Necromancer Rune of Scythe, a big one here. This gives us access to hemorrhage and heals with an increased heal per mob up to 5. So you want to triple tap this to get 3 stacks of hemorrhage on enemies. Then Serpent's Disdain will extend that out for 20 seconds. Also, the healing is enormous with multiple mobs. This is not your spammable. You don't spam this. You use it to apply hemorrhage and then spot heal yourself as needed. There's lots of little combos in there you can do, like pre-shielding into a heal, heavy attack plus hardened shield plus scythe, whatever you need in the moment. This also gives you access to another set of great passives of additional stam and mag recovery when things die. This is like having a mini version of both siphoning spells and bloody renewal CP slotted. Reduced dot damage taken, 3% more healing, and more max HP. Another perfect set of passives for the archive. Next, the Warden's Renter's Revenge. Ground-based slow with tons of frost and chilled status effect damage with a third set of amazing passives here. For more chill damage, yet again, more armor, RNG major maim from melee mobs, which is huge, and then another additional block mitigation increase of 8%. These 3 trees in the archive, especially for 1-bar, is just fully crazy. It supercharges your build defensively and allows you to do things like run more divine traits on your armor for more penetration. Next is Elisus. Same thing here as before on all the other builds. This applies major breach and burning to everything, and then the best single target spammable in the game after a few focused efforts with its concussion and chilled status effect direct damage, allowing you to parse down bosses, marauders, and larger adds at 0 cost, which is a huge sustain element of the build. Last is Goliath 100% Immortal mode. Gives you 30,000 health and tons of heals. It also increases your shield amount with the extra health given, giving you almost 59k in shielding and over 78k in health. And that's it. Just taking the best parts of other builds with some of the best passives, stitching them together, and making one Super Saiyan version of all of them. Here's a little damage log on a small AoE pack of dummies without ultimate. You can see we have all 3 dot status effects of hemorrhage, burning, and poison, direct damage effects of chilled, concussion, and overcharged, and then you'll be picking up a ton more direct effects along the way from various sources inside the archive. I'm going to be playtesting this on stream here in the next couple of weeks sometime, and when I get all those receipts, I'll clean up any little things that need to be changed and let everyone know. That's it for today. Nice and short. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.